Again, we are welcome to the channel. This is the day second. Yesterday, I talked about the introduction. Today, it's more important because today I want to discuss about the problem statement. What we are doing here. What are different types of problem we will solve. So, let's begin. Starting with the first problem statement, we want to build an application, a web application. What should we design for? What should we build? Let's start with some basics. Let's build a simple social media app. So to social media app, so now we have to write some problem statement. So what are the objective? So let me define the objective first. Now objective is build a social media app website from which users can interact to each other's post, right? So not only interact, what should extra they can do? So let's define what are different functionality it should contain. So let's define functionality. Functionalities. Now the first functionality is about login or sign up. So what does it contain? Login or sign up option is there, and it must be secure via OTP or token. Now what other thing should be? Password must be hashed. Now what should be the second functionality? One is the login feature. Next, we can have posts. So one can post their content on our application, on our website. Other can interact with it. How interact? So they can like it, comment it for now. Now, what could be the third feature? So you have created login page, you have created posts. So now what you can do now? You must have some profile page feature. Yeah? Profile of the user will be visible. So what more it could do? So now let's think more. What there are more in the social media app. So you can like it, comment it, sign up is there, profile is there, and now optional features could be there. Notification, notification for like or comment. Follow one other. So these are the things we can build on a basic level. And then a monthly report could be sent on your email. So we will build all of these things in a problem statement. So now, what are the things we should look for? We should look for available products in the market. Why we require that? So that we can have an idea what are the actual things they are providing and how you can build your and how you can even improve that. So what are the things that are available? Like it could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be Thread, it could be LinkedIn or ShareChat and more. So this is a thing we will look into. So we have defined our objective, we have defined our problem statement, what we need to build, what are the things we are going to do, and based on that, we will work upon. So now we are building some software. So in industry or anywhere, if you're building a software, it follows some paths, or let's suppose it has some roles which is defined and you generally perform those things. So as a beginner, there are multiple things you can work on. So we will look into things and we will work on each role one by one at during this period, and we will come out with this. So let's explore what are different roles we have. So now you can see different roles we have as backend developer who develops the backend system, front end developer who develops the front end, UI developer who designs the aesthetics, who designs the user interface, how it should look like. One is a tester who tests the application and ensures that it meets the quality the user requires. There's a project manager. What he does, he connect with the client, he connect with the stakeholder, he connect with the team and align the team and resources effectively. Also, it provides and is a scrum master who provides the scrum initiatives that make sure that project team must be aligned to their objective. And for more of detail, we will look into it. So first, we will look into UI UX developer. What they do some user research about the application, what we are building upon, then find the problem statement useful, and based on that, they create wireframes, then prototype, then a functional design. Then they collaborate with the developer. Is it possible, like for them, to have the technical constraints to check with that? And then it goes on because it's an iterative process. And the next part, who is there? The front end developer. So what they do? They create the front end from the user interface. Now they can create a very large application. that require to be optimized so that more and more people can use at the same time. And for them, the most important thing is speed. And for us, at the same time, the same thing is known as scalability. Also, front-end developer makes sure that, let's suppose someone is working on Mac, someone is working on Windows, someone is working on Android, someone is working on Ubuntu, or maybe someone is working upon, let's suppose, different browsers like Firefox or Google Chrome or Apple Safari or Brave or all sort of browsers. So it makes sure that everywhere it works the same. There should be no issues in either in design or in visuality or other things. And similar, they collaborate with the designer for the visual elements. Now there is some testing that is done at the developer level itself, like front end in front end. The user testing is done. What usability? That it's in a working condition. And what are the key responsibilities of backend developer? So as a backend developer, the basic idea to implement the APIs. So what are the APIs? So we will look into it. So API is nothing, just a gateway, or you can say as a translator, which can act as a mediator between the front end and back end. And they sort of interact with those things. And he acts as a mediator to explain each other. So they design and implement those things. They create the database. They ensure that application is secured as well. Now they pretty follow this pretty standard of writing a clean code, and they also maintain the code after its deployment. So we will look into it. And their quality assurance is maintained by tester. So that they plan some test cases, do some testing, they identify the documentation defects, and also they make sure that product meets the quality. They collaborate with the developer. They ensure the compliance with the requirement. And then project manager, they talk with the client. They communicate with the stakeholder. They manage the risk and issues. If anything happens, they also define the scopes and objective. So we will perform each of these roles one at a time as required during the whole journey. And finally, the role of Scrum Master, it does he makes sure that team works on a better way, collaborate each other, and finally comes daily to take an update. So make sure that the task will be aligned with the objective and goal. He also tries to remove some of the obstacles so that it can ensure a smooth functioning, and it enhances the productivity of the team as well. So these are the things we are looking for. And now these are things you have looked upon. Now we will look upon more things after doing these researches, and we will dive more into first into UI UX designer. So based on the problem statement, now in the next video from that is day 3, we will start working on designing our application. First, we will design the wireframe, and then we will move to the actual designing or the prototype basically before delving into the actual working condition of the code. So I hope you have enjoyed the session, and we will meet tomorrow by the time. Thank you for joining the session. Thank you, everyone.